Welcome to the History Room. Today we step into perhaps the most consequential and misunderstood conflict of the 20th century, the First World War. Between 1914 and 1918, Europe tore itself apart, empires collapsed, and the map of the world was redrawn. But this was not a simple story of one villain and everyone else defending themselves. It was a collision of fear, ambition, alliances, economics, and old grudges. This episode tells the full story, the spark and the slow burn, from multiple points of view. Let's begin. Imagine Europe in the early 1900s as a continent with running tensions hidden under a calm surface. The Industrial Revolution had produced new wealth and new armies. Nationalism swelled. Four great empires remained dominant: the German Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Russian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire, each brittle in its own way. Britain and France were global empires with enormous naval and colonial interests. Lines of alliance had formed. The Triple Alliance connected Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, though Italy's commitment was ambivalent. The Triple Entente united Britain, France, and Russia. The idea was deterrence. Bind friends together so no power would be tempted to attack. In practice, it created automaticity. If one country was pulled in, many would follow. Two powerful anxieties defined the era. From Berlin, a young and rapidly industrializing Germany felt it had outgrown the status the older empires enjoyed and feared encirclement. From London and Paris, Germany's economic and naval rise threatened trade routes, colonies, and the balance of power. In the Balkans, nationalism and imperial decline created a tinderbox. Small states like Serbia sought expansion. Austria-Hungary sought to hold its multi-ethnic patchwork together. Oil was becoming a strategic prize. The Ottoman lands in the Middle East, with access to routes and resources, were already valued by Britain and France. So Europe in 1914 had arms races, secret understandings, and 100 reasons for mistrust. All it needed was a trigger. On June 28, 1914, in Sarajevo, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, and his wife Sophie were assassinated by Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. It was a dramatic and tragic event, spectacular, personal, and symbolic. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia for harboring and encouraging the conspirators, but the assassination by itself would not have produced a world war without the decisions that followed. Vienna consulted Berlin and received a firm promise of support, often described as a blank check. With German backing, Austria issued Serbia an ultimatum on July 23, 1914, a set of demands designed to be impossible to accept. When Serbia refused parts of the ultimatum, Austria declared war on July 28th. The July crisis had begun. Once Vienna fired, alliances and mobilizations put the continent on a clock. The sequence of declarations and mobilizations is precise and fast. Russia, seeing itself as Serbia's protector and fearing Austro-German expansion, began partial mobilization late July and broader mobilization by July 30th. Germany, allied to Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia on August 1st. Germany then declared war on France on August 3rd, enacting the Schlieffen Plan, a rapid march through neutral Belgium to strike France before Russia could fully mobilize. On August 4th, Germany invaded Belgium. Britain, which had guaranteed Belgian neutrality, declared war on Germany that same day. Within days, Austria declared war on Russia, and other declarations followed. Japan mobilized against German colonial possessions in Asia that month. In a single week, a Balkan crisis became a European war, and very quickly, a global war. The Schlieffen-Plan's invasion of Belgium, the violation of a neutral country, was decisive in bringing Britain in. From London's perspective, it was a breach of international order. From Berlin's, it was a military necessity to avoid a two-front war. The Western Front, stalemate in the trenches. After Germany's initial advance, the First Battle of the Marne, September 6 to 12, 1914, stopped the German push toward Paris. Both sides dug in along a line stretching from the North Sea to Switzerland. Trench warfare became the defining image of the Western Front. Lines of elaborate earthworks, barbed wire, machine guns, and a hell of mud and artillery. Attacks became costly and gains minute. The war ground into attrition. The Eastern Front, mobility and magnitude. The Eastern Front, stretching from the Baltic to the Black Sea, remained more fluid. There, early German victories like Tannenberg, August 26 to 30, 1914, inflicted catastrophic defeats on Russian armies. But the sheer size of Russia meant the front lines were long and the campaigns massive. The Eastern Theater saw big advances and retreats, enormous casualties, and logistical collapse for Russia by 1917.